Greetings, family. Welcome and welcome back. I missed you guys so much, it makes no sense. I need to start putting time aside so that I can be able to do this every day because I want to say that YouTube is becoming my favorite social media platform. I really appreciate the love and the support I've been getting, and just everybody deserves to feel the way that you guys have been making me feel. So thank you so much. If you want to follow me on other platforms, the link will be in the description box below. And without further ado, let's get into it. So I have a very important message to get to you guys today. I've already cleansed the energies and I've already returned all negative energies and intentions back to sender so that we have no interferences with the message, okay? So, my beautiful people, we are at a point where we are driving forward. The energy of the collective, whether you are on board with this or not, is literally out of this world, okay? Everyone knows what is going on. Even the ones who are in denial about it know what's going on, okay? It's become very obvious that the way that we're living is not the way it has been intended for us to live, okay? It has become very obvious that we are being mistreated. There are crimes against humanity being committed every single day. I mean, look at what's going on in the Congo, in Gaza, in Palestine, even here in where I am in the Americas. Everywhere that you turn, there is poverty, there is human trafficking, there is torture. This is not how we're supposed to be living. It is our birthright to have freedom. It is our birthright to be able to live and love freely. And that right has been stripped from us time and time again. And so there is a huge magnetic pull from the collective. And this pull went from being energetic to now it's being physical. It's happening. It is time. We are no longer putting up with being mistreated by the people who are supposed to be our leaders. We're done. So we have the Eight of Staffs upright. The Eight of Staffs is a card of powerful movement, hastened action, anticipating positive outcomes. So we're just going for it. We're hoping for the best, but this ain't it. Can it get any worse than what it is right now? We're going for it, okay? And so things are going to begin to move very quickly. And of course, we're going to experience some jealousy from the people that don't want us to be free. Should I say people, or should I say the entities that don't want us to be free? Okay, because we're dealing with more than just people here. There are energetic beings that benefit from us being in a lower vibrational frequency, because then that way it's easier for them to control us. I'm going to give a disclaimer here, okay? I am not your average reader. I'm not your average anything. And if you support me, and if you're here and my messages resonate with you, you're not average either. Because a lot of people like to sugarcoat this information. A lot of people like to avoid this information. But people like you and I, we go towards it. And that's how you know we have royalty in our veins. That's how you know we have magicians and healers in our bloodline because we're not afraid. Anyway, we got the Knight of Coins upright. The Knight of Coins speaks of a masculine energy of honor, someone who may have military or militia background, who is willing to assist, someone who is dependable. It speaks of someone who is trustworthy, someone who is great at guiding and helping. They are also great at planning and organization. In tarot, when there is feminine and masculine energies, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a man or a woman, because men and women both have masculine and feminine energy. So when it speaks of someone who has masculine energy, it's referring to someone who is going for what they want instead of waiting for it to come for them, because the masculine energy is driven. The masculine energy gets up and it goes and gets it. The feminine energy kind of just manifests or waits for it to come to them, okay? So keep that in mind when you hear the word feminine or masculine energies. So this is exactly what we are meant to be. And in order for us to get to that place, we need to learn from people who are already in that place. That means that we need to build connections, get out of the whole introvert stage, okay? Because remember, divide and conquer. Think back to, COVID-19, right? Where it was stay 6 feet apart. That was a part of the agenda, divide and conquer. And so now everyone's like, I'm an introvert. I don't want to go anywhere. I'm afraid. We need to get out of that if we want to move forward as a collective. Connect with people that you can learn from. So that brings us to the Five of Staffs, which is a card that speaks of verbal or physical struggles, disagreements, just chaos and discord. There will be a struggle. You will have to fight for your freedom. It will not come easy, because the people who have you under their control right now do not want to let go of that control. And so there will be a struggle. Again, look at what's going on in so many other places all over the world. There's a struggle. People are literally fighting for their freedom. And so we have some time here in the Americas. We do have a little bit of time. We have a few years, but now is the time to start preparing. To clarify the Five of Staffs, we got the Nine of Cups in reverse. The Nine of Cups speaks of honest communication, trustworthy bonds, and freedom. So again, in order for the Nine of Cups to come out as a clarification for the Five of Staffs, it shows that discord is due to people wanting their freedom. You will start to see people rebelling against the system. You will start to see people choosing to boycott certain companies and programs, organizations. You'll start to see people coming together. The word that they're telling me specifically to use is resistance. And a lot of these things are already happening. People are already living off grid. People are building off grid communities all around the world. People are coming together with like-minded individuals, people who are from different walks of life. They are finding the similarities between each other. They're coming together and they are putting differences aside in order to attain one common goal, and that's freedom. So we have the Five of Cups in reverse, and I'll read you exactly what the booklet says about this card. Information, knowledge of self, history, and a window to correct past behavior. Setting out to find new goals. So as we said earlier, learning things, connecting, right? The goal is no longer to just survive. The goal is now to thrive. The goal is to live the way, or in a similar way, to that of our ancestors who were free prior to colonialism, of course. And so in order for you to live in a similar way to them, you would have to learn about how they lived. So again, knowledge of self-history. So we're going to be learning a lot of things. A lot of people are learning things, and this is what sets it off, and this is why they've tried to keep us out of books. This is why they didn't allow the formerly enslaved or the prisoners of war to read. Because once you read, you start to have all of these awakenings and realizations. And so now they can't stop us from reading. Although they're trying to ban all of these very important books out of the schools, information is getting out online. And as much as they're trying to stop that, they can't. It's beyond their control. Because the internet is not just controlled by them, it's intergalactic. So there are more powerful forces than them that are controlling it. So they can't just turn it off. So we're learning a lot of things, and it's gonna benefit us. At first, it's gonna break us. Remember that struggle, right? That 5 of staffs, the discord. It's gonna hurt, but then we start to rebuild ourselves, and we start to rebuild civilization together as a collective. I want to bring your attention back to the 5 of Cups in reverse that speaks of the window to correcting past behavior. And I want to emphasize that because I intentionally said that we are going to live in a similar way to that of our ancestors. Not exactly like them, because we are here to correct their mistakes. We are here to learn from their mistakes. And the more you read and educate yourselves on your ancestors, the more you learn that they made some mistakes. We were constantly warring with each other, which gave our enemies the opportunity to infiltrate us. Many of us lacked loyalty. We succumbed to greed. There's just a lot of things that we need to learn from so that we can thrive moving forward and continue on their legacy. All right. So we have the Page of Staffs upright. The Page of Staffs speaks of someone that is confident, arrogant, but tailored, devoted, well-educated, and ahead for business. Okay. So now after you learn all of these new things about your self-history and the amazing things that your ancestors accomplished that they unfortunately had stolen from them, you start to gain this new sense of self-confidence, and you're like, oh, really? We were more than just enslaved? We owned this, we owned that, we built what? History repeats itself, okay? So when you look into history, you can see anytime there has ever been a revolution, there was always a golden age that came before it, a renaissance, if you will, because the people need to establish a higher sense of self-confidence in order to fulfill such a powerful mission. We cannot do this successfully as our lower selves, as our indoctrinated, colonized selves. We need to regain confidence, self-esteem, self-sustainability, knowledge, and above all that, courage. Moving forward, we have the 4 of Coins upright. The 4 of Coins speaks of someone who is territorial, materialistic, selfish, someone who wants too much, someone who indulges more into themselves than into anyone else. And yes, absolutely, we have to be able to pour from a cup that is full, but balance is important. And so I realized that a lot of our people are everyone for themselves type of energy, every man for themselves. And that is not going to work. We need to learn how to pour into other people, pour love into other people, give a compliment to a stranger, okay? Say hello, give a head nod, give a smile, go somewhere and connect with people. If you make eye contact with someone, say hello. Give to the homeless, give to charities, connect with organizations, go outside and love on other people. You cannot be all for self, because unity is the most powerful thing that we can accomplish, especially in this point in time. Okay? And then as far as being materialistic, we ain't gotta keep talking about this, because we already spoke about this, like I think the last reading or the reading before that. Unplug from the matrix. Your main goal, your main priority right now should not be to chase a bag, get a bag. Yes, absolutely, we need resources, but do not let fiat money, and look that up, I'm not gonna get into it, FIAT. Do not allow fiat money to control you. Do not become a slave to the material world. There must be balance. You cannot continue to feed your flesh more than you feed your soul and think that you're going to have the power to make any changes. It's not going to happen. So once we gain this knowledge of self, we have the Emperor upright, and the Four of Staffs upright, and the Ten of Coins upright. I want to break everything down because all these cards connect in some way, form, or fashion, okay? The Emperor speaks of strength, nurturing individuals, power, people or someone who is opinionated, stubbornness but noble, ambitious and self-assertive, and fearlessness. And I'll read you what it says in the booklet. It says, a person who is not afraid to speak their mind, has strong beliefs, and does not change their mind easily. A promotion at work, or a time for a successful advancement, a great chance to make money or gain resources, a time of power. Okay? And then the Four of Staffs speaks of peace of mind, positive energy, success, easy movements, okay? Marriages, but it could also just be connecting. It could be actual marriage, and if that's the case, congratulations. But again, it could just be making connections, right? It says, a great deal of positive energy is here. Success and peace are present. This card is concerned with the home, okay? So a lot of you may be having peace in your home. Being that this is a collective reading, I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm predicting peace for the collective once we all can get on the same page. I think I'm going to rescind the word all because I don't like to speak in absolute, but I will say the majority of once the majority of us is on the same page, this is what's coming to us, this peace and success, connections, okay? Connections. I keep saying that word because it's very powerful. We are more powerful united than we are divided. Remember that there is power in numbers. All right, guys? So the Ten of Coins upright speaks of peaceful surroundings, more peace. And this is physical and emotional peace, okay? It could be at your residence, your home, or your community. It's also supplied comfort. So there's a level of comfort here. So you can see after the struggle, there is comfort and peace. Okay, so there's nothing to fear, guys. There's nothing to fear. It's a time of financial and economic stability, a time when happiness surrounds the home. Remember your family, remember your community. All right. To close up, we have the Queen of Swords upright and the Fool card in reverse. Okay. And I'll break it down because they're also connected. So now there will always be those people that are not willing to get with the program, if you will, the stubborn ones, okay? And so this is what these cards are speaking of. The Queen of Swords speaks of feminine energy. Remember, we spoke about feminine energy earlier, right? And how feminine energy is the individual that is kind of comfortable where they are. They kind of just wait for things to come to them. But where we're at right now, we need a healthy balance of feminine and masculine energy, because there are things that are not going to come to us. We have to go get it. And so the people who are in this energy, unfortunately, they will have to mourn. There will be losses. I'll read it to you. It says, some great wish has not come to success. A person may mourn in private. Joy and satisfaction turns to pain. All right. And then the Fool card upright the Fool card in reverse speaks of carelessness and an unwillingness to listen to others. So again, there will be that group of stubborn people that are like, oh, you guys are crazy. Oh, you guys don't know what you're talking about. Oh, I'm good. I'm just going to keep going to work. Unfortunately, those people will lose. They will lose their own lives. They will lose their loved ones. Because they will not be prepared. What is happening, what is coming to us is very, very real. And we have to prepare ourselves for it. We have to learn how to be self-sustainable. We have to obtain weaponry. We have to learn how to grow our own food, run our own water, run our own electricity, okay? We have to learn to be non-dependent upon the government, or better yet, should I say, the corporations that are currently running this whole circus. So in order for you to thrive and to win this war, you have to no longer be a part of their circus. All right, guys, if you need a personal reading, you can book it. The link will be in the description. Okay, I'm here for you. If this reading resonated with you, please do not forget to subscribe, tap that like button, leave a comment. I appreciate you so much. I also do coaching aside from reading. So if you need a little bit of help, I'm here for you. Definitely check out our events coming up, the Meetings of the Minds. The next one is going to be on June 1st. It's an online and in-person event. It's very important for us to establish these connections with each other, okay? Guys, I'm sending you so much love and hugs, peace, and oneness to you.